Welcome back to Power Breakfast on CNBC TV18. Now, even as nations continue to roil under Trump's tariffs, several countries have reacted to the executive orders imposed by Donald Trump. We have Dia joining in with us in a special segment, Trump Watch, with more details on this.
In response to the steep tariffs imposed on car imports by U.S. President Donald Trump, Canada has launched a complaint with the World Trade Organization, the global trade body, said Monday. In the request, the Canadian government charged that the tariffs were inconsistent with U.S. state obligations under international trade laws. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met Donald Trump at the White House on Monday. The two are also set to discuss Gaza. Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba said on Monday he had held a call with U.S. President Donald Trump in which they agreed to more talks on the latest U.S. tariffs. As the global trade landscape continues to evolve, India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has weighed in on the ongoing tariff debate. Speaking on Monday, Goyal addressed the claims surrounding India's tariffs on U.S. imports, responding directly to the Tariff King label given by President Donald Trump. Let's listen to what he said.
Our tariffs are a protection against these unfair trade practices, trying to remain abreast with new ways of beating the system. And a lot of our tariffs are to do with such protection against such economies. If you look at the United States, for example, while our overall tariff may be 17%, but a lot of it is products which we don't import it at all. Our applied tariff to the United States is probably 7 or 8%. It's not humongous. So really, it's a question of understanding India's tariff story.
In another development, India also announced plans to restrict market access to BYD Co. even as it courts investments from U.S. rival Tesla Inc.
Well, we need to be convinced that they will work by the rules of the game, and several unfair practices which are gradually coming to light as more and more companies come to us with what's happening, the kind of dumping that's happening in steel, for example. I mean, as these practices come to light, we have to be cautious in whom we allow to invest in the country. We have to be cautious about our strategic interests, our security interests. So it's a mix of many issues before we are able to take that decision.
That's all for today. Now back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Dia. But